arrived yesterday, and I thought, right, today and tomorrow I'm going to film as much as possible and give you a couple of days of our trip here. We're actually going to head out to the Tuscan countryside and get some e-bikes, so I thought I'll bring you along with me, show you what we'll get up to. I don't really know what the agenda is for today. We're on our way to get some breakfast now. I'm just waiting for my husband to brush his teeth and come outside, so I thought I'd do a little quick intro. It is blue skies. I am suffering from hay fever, so first stop is going to a pharmacy. Who knew there was such bad hay fever in Florence? I kind of naively assumed that I wouldn't have hay fever, but anyway, we do, and I've been sneezing and didn't have the best night's sleep. But anyway, it is blue skies. We are on holiday. We've had some delicious food already. We arrived yesterday, and just did a couple of sort of food bar hopping, did lots of walking, went across the bridge to the other side of the town. We got the kind of Lime bike equivalents in the evening, which is great. And yeah, we're just gonna head out for some breakfast now. So I thought I would bring you along with me for today, snippets of tomorrow. We're here for 4 days in total, and show you what we get up to. Matcha taste test. Bitter. Very bitter. One acai bowl with granola, fruit, coconut flakes, and one toast with hummus, which looks so delicious. Let's do a little taste test. Quite intrigued to see what this is going to be like, actually. Very tasty. And I just popped to the pharmacy across the road to get some hay fever tablets, so fingers crossed they work, because I've been sneezing and blowing my nose non-stop, so fingers crossed. But yeah, it is a gorgeous little spot here. Okay, pretty successful first breakfast spot. I wouldn't say the matcha was amazing, but I didn't really expect it to be honest. We are now just walking to get our e-bikes, and we're going to head out to the Tuscan hills for a few hours and see what we can find. So I'm just following, we've always planned out a route that's going to be sort of 60k, 3 hours, but it's electric, so it won't feel too hard, and stop for a couple of coffee spots and somewhere for lunch. But yeah, this is the scene at the moment. So far, so...
A2 is medium and A3 is large.
Okay.
Here we have this code.
So we are at our little pit stop, having had a successful kind of hour or so cycle, and we are sitting in a little square in the Tuscan countryside, and we're going to get a little pastry or maybe a little ice cream, and then I think we're going to carry on for our lunch spot. So far success. By the way, e-bikes, absolute hack, because it's a quarter of the work, but you can go triple as far, which is so handy. It's just not as obviously energy demanding, but yeah, the vibes are good, and it's very fun to be in a very local little Italian square. Snack selection of choice. Let's try the chocolate one, it looks so good. Cheers. Checking in from our lunch spot in a little town called Greve, which has been delightful. How many kilometres do you reckon we've done so far? 40 kilometres. Not necessarily an aesthetic lunch spot, but very authentic and local. So yeah, we're just going to have some little lunch and then maybe find a vineyard on the way back. But overall, success. Back on the bikes we go. So it is a few hours later. When I say a few, I mean it is 5 to 7. We did about 70 kilometres in the end on the bike, which is mental. I'm not gonna lie, the last like 45 minutes I was like, right, I'm finished, I'm done. But obviously you have to go back. But it was really good. We stopped and got that delicious gelato, that homemade gelato. I had strawberry and like a chocolate cream, like biscuity thing, which was so good. And then we came back and we had a nap. I'm not very good at napping though, so I didn't actually sleep, but nice just to like lie down, have a little snooze. And now we're heading out for an aperitif. We just dropped the bikes off. We actually cycled back to our hotel, which is like 20-minute walk outside of the centre, so it kind of worked out perfectly. And then we cycle back in. So now we're in town and we're just going to walk. We've got a reservation at 9, so we're going to find somewhere for an Aperol spritz. Let me know if you're a Campari or an Aperol spritz. I'm actually a Campari spritz kind of gal, but I'm fancying an Aperol today, something a little bit sweeter. So that's the plan. And yeah, I will show you what we got up to, but it's been a very good day so far, despite having a little bit of a sense of humour failure, which was luckily saved by the gelato shop just in time to give me a little bit more sugar. It was so beautiful, like so beautiful, and such a cool way to see a different part of Florence, like Tuscany, do our own tour. Like Rory was the one doing all the instructions, so I cannot take any credit, but yeah, it was really good. So feeling very accomplished, and now looking forward to a nice evening and lots of tasty food. Beautiful. Cocktail time. Cheers. Good morning, it is the next day. I realised I forgot to film what we had for supper last night. I was so tired by the time that we sat down that I just forgot, but we had a delicious steak. We shared a steak and a fresh tagliatelle and mushroom pasta. I'd say it was like a 7 out of 10. The steak was really good. The pasta was lacking a little bit in flavour. And it is blue skies today. We are going to head out into the town, they've got like the Lime bike equivalents, which I think I said, get on those, and then probably head to the market for some breakfast. And we've just got a day in Florence today, like walking around. We're going to make our own little tour guide using Chat GPT, and get it to take us to like all the main landmarks and pieces of history and things like that. So that is our plan. Rory's looking at me like I've lost the plot. So yeah, we're gonna get some bikes now and I will take you along with us. Say hello. just ordered a avocado on toast with smoked salmon. Had a little walk around. One little hack actually, which I've never really done, but one of my really good friends, when she went to, I think it was Amsterdam once, got up at like 6 AM and walked around the city before loads of tourists were up and about. I think that's like quite a fun way to see the sights without it being too busy. But yeah, we're sat here and then we're going to start our walking tour, powered by Chat GPT, incorporating fun facts, landmarks, quirky little things about Florence.
Theocratic rule. In 1865, it was briefly named.
Right, so we've briefed ChatGPT. 2 to 3 hours walking tour with some facts, landmarks, architecture, just like a few hidden gems, and we're following the instructions, and then every time you get to like a landmark you can press play and then it gives us like a little synopsis on the history, who built it, why it was important to Florence, some fun facts. So we're doing our own self-guided walking tour, and it's proving so far to be quite successful.
This was the center of power, but it wasn't always peaceful. In 1497, the radical preacher Nicola built his famous Bonfire of Humanities here, burning art, books, and luxury goods. Just a year later, Nicola himself was burned alive.
Our little lunch spot for today. So we're gonna get the Italian crostini with ham, cheese and artichoke, and then a tuna salad and Aperol.
Perché questa nota un po' acida deve piacere.
Cheers.
Io con la manualità che ho possono fare altri lavori, alimentari, stai chiuso per 4.
Right, so we've just got back to our hotel. It is now 3:35, having had a very delicious lunch, which you would have seen. And we're just gonna have a little hour or so siesta, I think. My hay fever's really been playing up, which is so weird and so annoying because it's just like sneezing the whole time and it makes me feel tired because like my eyes are like not fully open. But anyway, we've had a really good day. So nice to just like walk around and explore and kind of follow our nose, do our walking tour, which has been really fun. And yeah, we're gonna chill for like an hour or so and then head back out and try and find a good bar for like a local aperitivi, which I fear is not that easy to come by in Florence, which is super touristy, because what's the incentive to give loads of like free little snacks with drinks when tourists are going to pay for them? But that's the thinking. Maybe find a rooftop bar and go with the flow. We've got a reservation actually the other side of the bridge, so we're staying the side of the city where like all the kind of main landmarks are, and then the other side of the bridge is still pretty touristy, but it feels like a little bit more local, so we've actually booked somewhere for dinner there. But yeah, hoping to get a good maybe like 30-minute snooze in, just to like recharge the batteries a little bit. There's no reason why I should feel this tired. I think it was just like the long cycle yesterday, and then being out in the sun and like walking the whole day naturally just is a little bit tiring. So anyway, I will show you what we get up to this evening, and then I'll probably wrap up the vlog there. But I hope you're enjoying it so far, and I will catch up with you after our snooze. Beautiful colour buildings. Look where I'm standing now, it's amazing. Oh. But I'm just coming on here to round off the vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it. I lose track of what I've been showing, but hopefully it's been like a little snippet into the last couple of days of our trip in Florence, mixture of what we've been getting up to, and we've got one more day here tomorrow, so it's Monday tomorrow. We're leaving at 5:45 our flight is, so not too sure on what our plan is for today, but we're going to a local trattoria for dinner this evening. We just had a gorgeous couple of Aperol spritz, little aperitivi that come with it, sitting outside, so it's been so nice. The weather's gorgeous, just wearing like a little blue cardigan. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you next week.